Of the 3 true advanced landing grounds allocated for 9th Air Force use in the New Forest area, Lymington was the closest to the coast, being but a mile from the Solent. The site lay to the east of the town and south of the B3054 road to Hythe, in a well-wooded area of the parish of Walhampton, Hampshire. Construction began in the summer of 1943 and followed the usual pattern for ALGs at that time: 2 runways surfaced with Sommerfeld track, parallel taxiways, 75 steel mesh aircraft standings and a 74,000-gallon fuel storage area. In creating the airfield, 2 minor public roads had to be closed. Additional construction work to make the ALG suitable for use by a U.S. fighter group was carried out by No. 5005 Airfield Construction Squadron early in 1944. The 5005 construction unit was a squadron of the British Royal Air Force, not the United States Army Air Force. This unit was responsible for building and maintaining airfields, including some used by the United States Army Air Force during World War II. The main runway was 4,800 feet in length and aligned roughly west-east, the auxiliary runway 4,200 feet, north to south. U.S. engineers apparently extended this by an additional 100 feet using PSP. Because the north-south perimeter track ran close beside the public road at Schatz Copse, a diversion was arranged by building a new section of road further east. It appears that the airfield lay dormant until the arrival of the personnel of 50th Fighter Group on April 5, 1944. The headquarters staff and other fortunates were accommodated in requisitioned houses and buildings adjacent to the site, but, for the majority of the newcomers from the USA, home for the next 2.5 months was an Army tent, rows of which had already been erected in nearby fields. The 3 squadrons of the group, the 10th, 81st and 313th Fighter Squadrons, soon received P-47 Thunderbolts. The squadron identification markings on the fuselage were T5 for the 10th, 2N for the 81st and W3 for the 313th. Operations commenced on May 1 with the obligatory orientation sweep of the French coastline. More dangerous action soon followed, with dive-bombing attacks on military installations and communications targets in France. Following the invasion, the 50th ran into aerial opposition on a few occasions, with Lieutenant Billy Bryan being credited with the group's first air victory on June 7. 3 days later a staffel of Bf-109s was encountered by the squadron's P-47s during a fighter-bomber operation and, in the resulting melee, 3 of the enemy were claimed shot down for the loss of 1 Thunderbolt. During operations from Lymington, losses were light, being 6 P-47s, which matched the figure of claims against the enemy in air combat for the same period. The P-47 Thunderbolts in the film are seen returning to the nearby Beaulieu airfield. In mid-June, the 50th was alerted to be ready to move to the newly constructed Strip A-10 at Corentin, the main body of the group transferring to Normandy on the 24th and 25th.